Time. Big news here in the wake of that shooting that left an 11-year-old dead and 5 others injured. An effort now to fight crime is seeing new urgency.
Yeah, people are really fed up with this issue. So today in the same West End neighborhood as that shooting, police, city hall leaders and neighbors came together to talk about problems and hopefully solutions.
And WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick joins us live right now with an update on the search for suspects. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, Mike, well, new tips are coming in. Homicide investigators are tracking those down. But at the same time, they're looking at longer-term solutions, getting new insights from residents. And they were doing that at a meeting a half mile from where this shooting broke out. A memorial not only marks the spot where 11-year-old Dominic Davis was gunned down, but also the place where the clouds of crime have started to gather recently.
Combined OTR in the West End make up about 90% of our shooting victims and shooting incidents.
Recent shootings in the West End and over the Rhine show up like lightning on a weather map and far more devastating. That's why police, city hall, and residents came together today to work on solutions that could cut into crime. It's called the Pivot Program.
You got to take these things from two different approaches. What's the immediate change or actions we can take, and what are long-term? So this pivot is more about long-term strategies.
Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Thigi says it's not just making arrests, but looking at overall conditions in an area.
What is it about a location? How can other city departments come in and help improve a location so that crime cannot happen there? So that's what they're doing in there today.
Those who came broke up into groups. They gave their input about where they're seeing crime and what the potential causes are and possible solutions.
There's a lot of ideas that came from those who are directly involved as well as those who were indirectly involved.
Sheila Nayrod has deep ties to the West End.
There is some things that we can do, but the thing is, how do we do it collectively?
Lack of feeling safe.
Proponents of Pivot say they've seen success even as recent as this month, making arrests and shutting down a criminal operation on Vine Street. Now closely watching the barometer of crime in the West End. Yeah, now back at that scene where the 11-year-old was shot to death, 5 others were injured. There are cameras there. We saw them pointed, at least 2, right at the scene where this all happened. Now, we asked Chief Thigi about that, whether they had gathered video. She says they have been in the process. Part of what they normally do is gather video at scenes like this. She did not say what, if anything, they captured on any video. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.